So yeah, if you've seen any other video of mine, then you know that I thought the third season of The Walking Dead sucked. It was boring, stupid, unintentionally funny, over-dramatic, and just overall poorly written. But they got a new showrunner for season 4. Thank God, because whoever was running that show before had no idea what he was doing. I also think with season 3 there may have been some studio interference, and they just made decisions that made the show shittier than it already was. To sum it all up, season 3 was a mess. But what did I think of this new season? It was better, I can say that for sure. It had some good scenes, and the finale was pretty awesome, but overall, it's the same shit. Let's discuss it. They obviously raised the budget of the show this year, which makes for some pretty good effects and action sequences. But once again, I didn't feel any tension, because I knew who was going to live and who was going to die. It's so telegraphed.
You gonna say goodbye?
Nope.
I appreciate the look of the show more than I do the story. They put some effort into the effects and lighting, set design, and makeup. Even the fake CGI blood isn't as noticeable as it was before, and I really didn't mind it all that much. The action is really good too, even though it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, in the first episode, this guy grabs a wine bottle and he's like, I don't want to be an alcoholic! So he puts it back and the shelf falls for some reason. The Walking Dead, brought to you by IKEA. Then the cabinet falls over for some reason, and that causes zombies to break through a hole in the ceiling. What caused the hole? Zombies heard the cabinet fall, so they start busting through the ceiling? That's not what it looked like. It looks like they were just walking around and fell through the ceiling. Why didn't the building collapse earlier? A helicopter crash landed on it, and there were like a few dozen zombies on the roof. It didn't collapse yet? How did all those zombies get on the roof? So the roof collapsed coincidentally while the group was there? Because nothing they did in the store would cause the roof to collapse like that. Why was the store stocked? It was like a compound right outside in the parking lot. What the fuck? They never focus on the details, and that's one of the big problems. That's why the writing is shit. They never care to actually explain why or how things are happening. Where'd Rick get those pigs? In fact, why is Rick even a farmer? He has never had any experience farming. I get he doesn't want to do anything involving violence or guns because it would be a bad influence on Carl, but aren't there like other things you can do? Who would have even thought that soil in the fucking prison yard is so fertile? Fertile enough to grow crops on. The same shitty writing, that goes for the characters as well. With the exception of Herschel, which they actually kind of make me like this season. I kind of liked him before, but now I kind of rooted for him a little bit, you know?
You need to look the part. A little piece of weed out of the corner of your mouth. Maybe a bigger ass.
With the exception of him, Rick, and Daryl, everyone else stunk. Carl is the same boring character, and they try to give him some interesting things to do, but the actor who plays Carl just can't deliver. He's not a good actor. I'm sorry. And you can't even use this kid actor excuse anymore, because he really isn't a kid anymore. He's starting to grow up. And we're starting to realize, like, oh yeah, this kid can't act. Same goes with the other kid actors. Oh god, I'm going off on another rant here. I mean, look at this scene. Their father is being stabbed in the head right in front of them. This one has no emotion at all, and this one looks like she's laughing.
He said he was special and now he's dead. What if they kill him? What if they kill Nick? You're so stupid.
What? Child actors can be good. I can assure you, you've seen at least one movie in your life where a child actor has been good. This is one of the most watched shows on TV. They honestly can't find a child actor that is good enough. The only reason I could possibly comprehend why these kids are in this show is that, like, these are the producer's kids or something. And he was like, hey, put my kid in the show, and I'll give you some money to make the show. You need that budget for that big battle at the end. And for that scene in the supermarket, which makes no sense. But there are ways to get around that too. Let's look back at season 1 and 2. Do you think the girl who played Sophie was honestly a good actress? You don't know? You know why? Because she barely had any dialogue. She was barely in it, and she barely had anything to do. You know why? Because she probably couldn't act. And that's why they kept her fucking mouth shut. If something important was going on with Sophie, or Sophie's emotions or some shit, then Carol would get the point across. A real actress. There are ways to work around it. Let's look at another example. Silvio from The Sopranos. This guy can't fucking act. He's terrible. He is. He always has the same frowny face on his face. Always the same expression. Never showing any emotion beside it. But you know what? The Sopranos used him well. They used him when they needed to. The show didn't develop him that much. He's just there. and that's all he needs to be. If you don't have a good actor, then just kind of put him in the background. That's how you can make boring, shitty actors into kind of interesting characters. If these girls barely spoke and had some kind of weird personality or something, then I would kind of like them. But the fact that they just make them these bland, boring characters, and every episode they have to have some line of dialogue, just pisses me off. And it pisses everybody off. You really get taken out of the moment. And they do this with everybody. Some of them are bad actors, some of them are playing bad characters. And most of them are just both. As I'm sitting there watching this, I really just don't care. And that's the biggest problem. You've got tons and tons of people in this prison, and I only like 3 of them. Even the villain sucks. So let's discuss the villain, the governor. In my season 3 video, I said the governor was an inconsistent mess of a character. And that's still the case. I have no idea what he's doing. He does the stupidest shit, and it just doesn't really make any sense. I guess they kind of make you understand him a little bit, and that he kind of felt guilty and he kind of just snapped. But he still just does stupid shit for no reason.
I got more people, more firepower.
But how'd you know that? Now I know what most of you are saying. But the governor's crazy. He doesn't have to make sense. Wrong. That's what shitty writers tell you when they don't know how to write a character consistently. They just go, oh, he's crazy. He doesn't have to make sense. That works sometimes, but I can see through that shit and just go, oh, no, you just want him to do something stupid for no reason. His plan alone is terrible. Well, he's gonna walk up to the fence and be like, hey guys, get out of the prison or I'm gonna kill somebody. Why didn't you kill Michonne first? No one gives a shit about Michonne. You can kill her as like a warning and leave Herschel alive and be like, I'm gonna kill Herschel if you guys don't come out. Plus, Michonne killed your daughter. Didn't you want to kill Michonne? Why start off with Herschel? You know they're just gonna start shooting at you right away. They wouldn't have done the same thing if you cut off Michonne's head. Or you could have just agreed to Rick's terms and be like, okay guys, let's go in peacefully. And then once you get in the prison, you can kill them all. So while we're on the finale, let's discuss it a little more. It's a good finale. And as a matter of fact, it's one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead. It was intense and well shot. It was awesome. The rest of the season was fucking boring, but the finale was good at least. Here's what this half season felt like to me. A, they had to save the budget for the finale, so they made the rest of the season boring padding with characters talking to each other about some shit that I don't care about. And B, they had to fix the mess from season 3. Everything that was set up at the end of season 3, they just kind of get rid of. The governor's a threat now. Oh, we'll just have him get another army like he did in season 3, and we'll kill them all. There's all these new people from Woodbury who moved into the prison. Let's kill them all with some virus or something. By the end, the prison's on fire and everyone left. And all those characters we met, with the exception of like 2 of them, are dead. This honestly could have been the finale for the 3rd season. Just make a few tweaks. They didn't have this shit planned out. The showrunner just went, what the fuck am I gonna do with this mess? And he fixed it. You could have cut out this whole first half of the season and just put this episode at the end of season 3. Or you could have just cut out season 3 entirely also. It just felt so padded. They could have added more character development instead of these boring conversations about the fence. That's what we should talk about. This frickin' fence. I hate this fence so much. Every episode, they gotta talk about the fence. Oh, the fence isn't working right. The fence isn't keeping the zombies off the property. Oh, we gotta fix the fence. Someone needs to guard the fence tonight. What are we gonna do about the fence? One of the most satisfying moments of the finale is that the tank just fucking destroys that fence. It's so dull. And the location itself was so dull. Remember when people were complaining about how much time we spent at the farm? That was like 10 episodes. These past 2 seasons, we've just been inside the prison. We've been in this prison for like 24 episodes or something. We spent some time in Woodbury every once in a while, but still, it's at least 20 episodes in this fucking prison. It's not even like they got to explore the prison. It was just the prison yard, the cell block, and like a hallway. That was it. That was the entire prison. But at least they fucking destroyed the place and moved on. So yeah, this season wasn't that good, but it had some good moments, and the finale was awesome. And I felt like I got what I wanted. When I was seeing the promo trailers for this episode, I was like, oh, they're gonna do the same shit, just like they did in season 3. There's not gonna be a battle. There actually was a battle, and lots of people died, and it was pretty awesome. The finale wasn't without its shitty moments.
Carol told us to be strong, to protect ourselves. They have guns. We should have guns too. We should help.
But it was still good. But you know what this awesome finale means? It means they spent, like, the entire budget for the season. So the rest of the season is probably just gonna be like people talking in the woods about their problems. And the first episode's gonna be about Rick and Carl, and they're gonna be like, hey, Carl, are you okay? And Carl's gonna be like, no, Dad, my sister died. And Rick's gonna be like, I know, it's upsetting, but I love you. And Carl's gonna be like, I love you too, Dad. And then the next episode's gonna be about Maggie and Glenn. And Maggie's gonna be like, I can't believe my father's dead. And Glenn's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe it either. And Maggie's gonna be like, you wanna have sex? And Glenn's gonna be like, sure. And that's gonna be the whole episode. And then the third episode's gonna be about Maggie and Beth. And Maggie's gonna be like, can you believe what happened at the prison? And Beth's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe what happened. And Maggie's gonna be like, hey, Beth, you wanna make out? And Beth is gonna be like, sure, Maggie, let's make out.